Portion of this meeting where each speaker will have 5 minutes to speak. When your name is called, please approach the podium and address the council members. The first speaker is Alif Muhammad.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Alif Muhammad, Court Towers. Alif Muhammad, the president of Alif Muhammad Near School. Sly don't have nothing for you today. Kelly, I'm gonna do some 1967 rapping. Just having a conversation. I want to talk about the governor candidacy. It was two people, like I told famous before, that reached out for me that was candidates. And before that, a year ago, I was leaning full. I really was done because I like what he did in Jersey City. I really like what I did. But the problem is, Ramos, is that Fuller put a candidate against my nephew in 31. So, I can't be with them. Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. There was another candidate that reached out for me. The mayor, Baraka, reached out for me through Pat. He wanted to have a conversation through Pat, a meeting. And Rahman, deputy mayor, he wanted to have a meeting. They all wanted to have meetings with me. Ain't that something, Louise? Back in January, December, they wanted to meet with me. Now, something funny happened to me. I'm watching the YouTube and I see my brother, Akbar Prey. Y'all know who Akbar Prey is, maybe you don't. He just came home from 36 years of doing federal. He was considered the kingpin of the Newark area in drugs. And he's making a change in his life. And he's a dear friend of mine, he's my brother. And he is endorsing the mayor. And I was laughing because I was thinking of me in 2014. In 2018, I would have been up there endorsing him too. But the mistake, Pastor, was y'all nominated me to go to the housing authority. That was the mistake happened. And when I got in the housing authority and I started looking at it, and I started seeing the corruption, corruption is not, see, everybody think, me and Rahman argue all the time. Corruption, they think is, you want me to do something, you give me $10,000. That's a part of corruption. But you know what corruption is? If you my political helper, and I give you jobs that you're not qualified for in the housing authority. See, you can't do it with the city because they got to come by y'all and everything. And you can't do it with the Board of Education because they got straight through the street. But the housing authority, I can take 20 people and just sit them down there and give them jobs they're not qualified. Like Marquise get a $90,000 a year job. Reverend Rouse get a $130,000 a year job. Not qualified. Nowhere near qualified. See, that's corruption. See, corruption is when you pay a vendor, a landscaper, that's doing a horrible job. And you tell me, oh, give it to them because they just gave us some money for We Believe and they gave us a donation. That's corruption. See, that's corruption. See, so when you look at corruption, don't look at, that's why I could never see him after me going to the housing authority. Because let me say it again, I was one of his strongest supporters outside in 2014 and 18. I was the man. You mess with the Barakas, you had to see me. I was the man. Y'all remember? That's how we met. You say, anyway, but what I'm saying to you, when I got in there and seen the corruption, this man is corrupt. And he's running for governor and he's corrupt. And what I'm showing you, I can prove his corruption. See the difference? See, I ain't like the other advocates around here talking about, I can prove it. As a Muslim, I can prove everything I say. I can prove that he gave certain contracts to certain people because he was his student. Or because his wife's best friend, Adina, is the best friend. That wasn't for the city, that was for them. That's corruption. That's corruption. I seen it with my own eyes. I seen it. I seen it. And it hurt me because you know why? The housing authority are the lowest victims in North. They're low income, they're elderly, or they're disabled. So when you take from the lowest people, you don't take from the ones that's making $300,000. You take it to the lowest people. That makes me turn my stomach. Now, I don't want to talk about LaMonica because I'm embarrassed. Because you know I love LaMonica, but I'm embarrassed. I want to tell you, and I want to tell you particularly, what LaMonica did down here, that's why people here ain't feeling her. She threw a lady out called Colleen Fields for $1,000 a whole year. You know where she at now? She in a shelter.
Thank you for your.
While they my song.
Next speaker.
Felicia Alston Singleton.
Appeal.